Now y'all know I have to say this, right? Bye, Felicia. Let's go. What's up, YouTube? This is Hill Phantom. First and foremost, a bit of channel news. I want to apologize to each and every one of y'all. I haven't been posting in the last 3 weeks, but there's a good reason for it. I'm launching a new company in the metaverse, and I couldn't be more excited, but it definitely has kept my workload pretty high. So yesterday, when I saw the news that Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin lost their lawsuits and had it thrown out of court by a federal judge when they tried to sue NASA. So what does this mean if you haven't been following? Artemis is a NASA program basically designed to get our United States astronauts back to the surface of the moon in preparation for using the moon, in my opinion, as a moon base, eventually to go far beyond that of the moon and maybe to Mars. In order to do that, NASA needs help from the private sector. So they lean on companies like they traditionally do, Boeing, ULA, now Rocket Lab, as well as SpaceX and, to a smaller extent, Blue Origin. In April, we had the human lander contract awarded to SpaceX alone. However, Blue Origin and another company involved called Dynetics was really upset by this because the original RFP included for 2 winners, meaning we'd have 2 systems or 2 landers and redundancy in the program, thus giving NASA a choice on which one they want to go with or having a backup if one fails. However, Congress slashed NASA's budget. And in doing so, they didn't have the full amount to award. So NASA made the decision to award it to just one provider. $2.9 billion went to SpaceX to produce the human lander. After this award, we saw Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Dynetics file a complaint with the Government Accountability Office. Now, the Government Accountability Office is designed to review ethical complaints about a government contract, either process or contractor or contractee. In July, the GAO came back with a decision and said there was no ethical violation. In fact, it supported NASA's decision to reduce its awardees to 1 from 2. The reason it supported that is because it cited the obvious. Their budget was slashed. So what did Jeff Bezos do after this? Oh, that's pretty simple. He ran to one of his buddies, Democrat Maria Cantwell, and had her slide in an amendment to a bill, the Frontier Act, which was facing the Senate at the time. She allocated $10 billion more to that bill to ensure that there'd be a second lander contract. Now here's the kick in that amendment. Jeff Bezos was able to convince her to do it as a sole source as well, meaning that it could not be awarded to anyone who had already been awarded. So it could not be awarded to SpaceX, thus lining up Blue Origin for a home run with that bill. Now that bill hasn't passed, it still needs to go to the House of Representatives, and likely it will get slashed in my opinion, only because we're looking to reduce that budget, which leads to think that our space program will probably suffer. So I don't think he'll get that win, but that remains to be seen. A little bit later in July, Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin sue NASA over the contract award. And yesterday, as I mentioned, we had a federal judge toss that lawsuit right out of federal court, and it couldn't make me more happy. According to Business Insider by Grace Kelly, Elon Musk shares meme of Judge Dredd saying, "You have been judged after Blue Origin loses NASA lawsuit over SpaceX contract." The U.S. Federal Court of Claims ruled against Blue Origin on Thursday in a lawsuit against NASA. Federal Judge Richard Hartling's ruling ended a months-long legal battle with Blue Origin, which had made SpaceX its primary target. CNBC was the first to report on the ruling. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk commented on the ruling on Twitter. Musk responded to an article on the ruling with a meme from 1995, Judge Dredd, saying, "You have been judged." Jeff Bezos' space company filed the lawsuit against NASA in August, claiming the space agency's decision to award $2.9 billion contract to SpaceX was unfair and demonstrated favoritism towards SpaceX. The contract was awarded in April as part of a competition between several space companies to include Blue Origin to create a human landing system that put boots back on the moon. Blue Origin originally filed a protest with the United States Government Accountability Office in July, but the organization denied the appeal. Hartling's ruling is currently sealed to protect the companies from revealing proprietary information, though a redacted version of the Blue Origin lawsuit that was revealed earlier this year showed that the company was accusing SpaceX of ignoring safety concerns. Huh? What? Safety issues? Aren't you the same company that you now left Amazon to man Blue Origin because you have a ton of engineers coming out in an open letter saying that your company and Blue Origin's rockets and its capsule are unsafe? Huh. Blue Origin told Insider the company is still actively in work with NASA on multiple projects. Our lawsuit with the Court of Federal Claims highlights the important safety issues with the human landing system procurement process that must still be addressed, a Blue Origin spokesperson said. Blue Origin remains deeply committed to the success of the Artemis program, and we have a broad base of activity on multiple contracts with NASA to achieve the United States goal to return to the moon, the spokesperson said. Bezos responded to the lawsuit on Twitter, wishing SpaceX success and appearing to indicate the company would accept the judge's ruling. SpaceX did not respond to the request for comment. In addition to this contract, NASA continues to work with multiple American companies to bolster competition and commercial readiness for crewed transportation in the lunar services, a NASA spokesperson said. There will be forthcoming opportunities for companies to partner with NASA in establishing a long-term human presence at the moon under the agency's Artemis program. NASA's work with SpaceX on the Lunar Lander project was temporarily stopped while the lawsuit was reviewed, but will begin again on Monday. So what are our takeaways here? It's pretty simple. Jeffrey got a little slap on the wrist, and it's very apparent from his tweets, and he seems to be kissing a little butt now. I think he understands maybe the damage he did in basically suing a provider, a large provider that could drive revenue for your Blue Origin suffering rocket company. It doesn't seem smart to sue them to me, but who am I? But it went one step further, which should really anger the entire industry and angers people like me. You delayed the Artemis program. Now, yes, they're resuming on Monday, but we're now talking about losing almost 6 months because you're a little crybaby. I'm sorry, you know what, I'm not sorry. I will go hard. He needs to step away. I continue saying this in our videos, but it's gotten to the point now where he's delayed and he should be blackballed, or he should face some sort of repercussions for causing this delay. I mean, what are we gonna see? Him doing this every single time he loses a space award? It's great, you're up there floating around in sub-orbit now. You haven't even gone to true orbit yet, but yet you continue to complain and bid on these contracts. Anyways, I'm Hill Fam. I hope you'll like and subscribe. I'll be more consistent. I appreciate all you subs who hang in there, and I'll see you very shortly. Let's go.